We are about to witness firsthand several people get fired for what they posted on social media yesterday.
Thousands of people have gone online celebrating the passing of Charlie Kirk, and many of them are now losing their jobs. Many of the people you've seen cheering on the passing of Charlie Kirk started with this man.
So y'all got me fired from my job, but at least I got streaming. But I know for a fact none of y'all would even pull up to my stream and say that to my face. I'm gonna go live later, man. Streaming. Y'all can't take me on my streaming platform, though.
American Airline just grounded a flight because one of their pilots, Steve Holmes, who is responsible for flying Americans and keeping American families safe 30,000 feet up in the sky, came out and said this about Charlie Kirk. Now, shout out to American Air because they came out immediately, condemned the violence, and even grounded the flight, and officially removed the service pilot who is celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he was shot. I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft. After 6 years, building the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department from scratch, I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion, and you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it, and you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Okay, little update on the captain who left this post right here. He's been fired. He's been relieved of his duties. I don't know what his duties were. He's under investigation. And I don't take any pleasure in saying that, number one. And number two, you guys stop DMing him. His account's gone. He went from public to private to deleted. You can't even find the account. Stop calling his command. Stop attacking this guy. Trust me, he's feeling the full weight of it now. He is, and so I'm just telling you, if you're on my page, if you love me, that means you love everybody. That's right, even the captain. Sir, I love you. All right, just sit down, calm down, call some friends, get your support network going. I'm being serious, you guys. I mean, that thing went all the way up. And don't take any pleasure in that. 23 years in the Marine Corps, I never took pleasure on seeing somebody get in trouble. Not seriously, not one time. So, I do believe in accountability, but I feel bad at the same time, as weird as that may sound. But, we got to take our medicine. It's just what it is. We got to take our medicine. We can't be posting stuff like that. And I wish we would stop doing it. I got videos after this I'm going to do, and that's a big reason why I post the way that I do. A lot of people will just be like, oh, you're doing it for clicks and likes, or they call me a racist. One guy called me a white nationalist the day before yesterday. It's like, I don't even know what that is, dude. I want service members to learn that this shit ain't funny, it ain't cool. Careers are being ended. Matter of fact, drop a comment if you know of somebody who has lost their career over social media. And I don't like seeing service members get in trouble, okay? And I just think there's these trends and this stuff with Charlie Kirk, and we're all in our feelings and emotions, and we just hit post. Dude, you're on active duty. You're going to lose 10 out of 10 times. That thing went all the way up today. But like I said, I don't take any pleasure in saying that. I don't. And, sir, I'm here for you. Seriously. You can call me up, cuss me out if you want. I love you. Love you. And I hope that you're doing okay. And you guys can say I'm fake for saying that. But listen, these are teachable moments, you guys. We can't post like that, and that's what it is, okay?
Guys, so today is 14th of September, officially day 4 ever since that incident of Charlie Kirk, and there is a lot that has been going on social media. You guys have been on X, you've been on Reddit, you've been on Facebook, and I'm sure you found yourself in really disturbing situations, or you've really found disturbing posts. If I would say, I know some of you wouldn't consider it disturbing, but to me, I really feel like, nah, this is not it. I've never experienced something like this. I've never experienced a level of hate in this manner. I would say hate because there is a family grieving. There are people who are still processing what they saw on social media, on that campus. But there are a group of people who, for the longest while, are also in the side that I have been commentating, or I have been criticizing the side of MAGA for some things, and these people have been like, I would say, from the side that I am in. I don't know if you get me. And some of the, I'm not saying it's all of them, some of these people have been celebrating the loss of lives. And for me, I really do think loss of life can be handled in two ways. There could be mourning, or there could be celebrating of life lived, not life lost. And especially the manner in which their life was lost. It's not a good thing. I'm seeing people making merchandise, some saying it's deserving, some even congratulating the one who did it. Some even were praying that the one who did it to never be caught. Something funny is that these people are doing so and they were holding positions of trust. According to public policy, you can't be holding a position of trust and be saying such things online. You would say things like this maybe in a family dinner, and that is even wild. Or just let it be intrusive thoughts. Yeah, I get it, like you disagreed with this person and you don't subscribe to what he said, and you've not been liking this person for the longest. But I don't know how you're gonna express this. Could you just not do it? I know there's a lot of emotions, but could you just not hit post? And would you just sit back and see how effed up this is after 3 or 4 days and see what you posted was like really bad? It's not normal to see posts like this online. Like, you guys can testify, it's not normal. You can say whatever you want to say, but I would say it's not morally right. It's just not it. I wouldn't be comfortable receiving services from people who say such things online. You can see nurses, teachers, people in the police department, pilots who you entrust with your lives up there, military guys who you would entrust to keep you safe, keep the country safe, celebrating assassination attempt, literally assassination, something that they've day in day out fight against, especially when they go for deployment or when duty calls. This is something they fight for, to protect American citizens, and yet they are celebrating that. Like, it's just not cool. But hey guys, I don't want to talk so much because we still have a lot to unpack, and there's a lot of speakers who are gonna share different opinions and want us to listen to. Let's just continue listening and let's learn from it.
Now they're coming after people who speak out against Charlie Kirk or mock Charlie Kirk's death. Literally, Pissy Pete said to report any soldiers that you see mocking or making light of Charlie Kirk's death, and they will receive punishment. Teachers are being punished and fired if they made light or mocked Charlie Kirk's death. What the is going on? How is it okay for Charlie Kirk to have free speech and say whatever the he wants about whoever the he wants to say it about? But now, when other Americans want to say whatever the they want to say about his death, y'all are trying to come after them and punish them and get them fired from their jobs? What sense does that make? I thought we were all about freedom and freedom of speech. But now that Charlie Kirk is dead, motherfucker gotta be sad about the shit. We don't gotta be sad about that shit. He was a racist piece of shit. And people can feel however the they want to feel about it and express how they feel about it however they want to. Is it because everybody saw it and nobody gives a nobody feels bad for him? Because he wouldn't feel bad for him. Why the should we feel bad for somebody who wouldn't feel bad for himself? He don't give empathy or sympathy. To him, this was worth it. Him losing his life for y'all Second Amendment right is worth it. So get the over it.
What the has this country come to? People are now losing their jobs for talking about Charlie Kirk. And I know my videos lately have been a little more analytical in the assassination, but this is tied into that. This is very analytical as far as what the this country is coming to. J.D. Vance, our vice president, is escorting an online influencer's body as if he was a dead soldier. Somebody from MSNBC was fired for saying Charlie pushed hate speech. Teachers in South Carolina and PR individuals on the South Carolina Panthers, the Carolina Panthers team, are getting fired. People are literally losing their jobs for exercising their First Amendment right. The irony is astounding. Because Charlie did push hate speech. I don't care what you say. He said sometimes people have to die. We have collateral damage so we can keep our Second Amendment right. He was even referring to school children. And we all saw the video. Imagine that happening to a child. It's even worse. Believe me. People are getting fired for exercising their First Amendment right. What the f***?
We have sent out over 300 emails to employers, and we have gotten now 15 confirmed fires. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Gabrielle from Illinois, you're fired. Lincoln from Utah, you're fired. Amanda, another Amanda, from Wyoming, you've been terminated. Suck it. Shasta from Washington State, your ass is fired. And Curtis, again from Texas. What the hell, Texans? What the fuck? Curtis from Texas, you've also been terminated. You're welcome. Now, truth being told, I've probably lost about 50,000 followers throughout all social medias while I'm doing this. But I would rather have every single one of my accounts hit 0 before I give in to these people. So if you want to try and affect me or affect my income by unfollowing me, I don't care. I would much rather go back to a 9-to-5 job than let this kind of shit slide. And I know for a fact that over half of this country agrees with what I'm doing. So hopefully they start finding me pretty soon. So go ahead and do your whole mass unfollowing and everything like that, because again, I would rather see all my accounts hit 0 than letting you guys try and bully me into not doing this anymore.
And as somebody who works in HR and manages this on the back end, let's talk about it. If you've ever followed me or looked at my page, I like to give people job tips. And one of my biggest job tips that somehow goes viral all the time with people disagreeing with it is that you are accountable for what you posted. If I can connect you to your company in any way, shape, or form, you are a representative of that company. It does not matter that I can do whatever I want in my free time. If I can connect you to your company, you are a representative of that company, which means that whatever actions you take are going to have the consequences that the company decides for your employment. Disagree with me all you want. That's how it works. We all know this. We have seen public outcry. We have seen people get fired for posting things that we all disagree with. And all it takes is a collective mindset of people to go in and say something to a company or give them proof. Here's the irony of this all. Yes, speech is free, but there are consequences to everything, and you need to weigh the risk. And the sad thing is, the people who were celebrating yesterday, who are going to be fired this week, next week, they did not weigh the risk. And I will keep repeating this over and over and over and over again. Your actions have consequences. As a Christian, your actions have consequences. Our God is a gracious, merciful, forgiving God, but there are still consequences to the choices that you have made. And while I don't enjoy letting people go or firing them for bad decisions that they've made, because I know that sometimes people just make really bad decisions, there are consequences. And I will repeat this over and over and over again, that there are consequences to everything that you post, and you really need to weigh the risk.
There's a lot of teachers getting sent to the principal's office today. The social media warriors are doing the Lord's work. I've seen not 1, 2, or 3, I think 4 teachers have been fired because they were celebrating the death of a human being, a father, a husband, a man of God. And those people are working with your children. At this point, we have to agree that it's mental illness, right? Because nobody in their right mind with a job like that would get on the internet and make a public post celebrating the death of a public figure. A public figure who never was hateful or violent. Nothing like that. Just had open dialogue. That's it. So what you're teaching these kids is that we're not allowed to have free speech. And thank God you lost your job.
So this teacher from Connecticut started crying on television because she was forced to resign because she posted this on social media.
Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the you voted for.
Well,
you're not in the clear. And just please don't test your on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever.
Yeah, so that clip goes mega viral. Then she starts freaking out. Oh man, now I have to resign. So she goes on TV and does this.
If you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me, or step to me so that I know what's up and then I can handle you how I see fit. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the blank you voted for. You're not in the clear. Please, please don't test your on me because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so that
it sounds like a threat.
It sounds very extreme. And again, I was in a moment of high emotions and I shouldn't have ever posted.
Sorry that cut out, but hey guys, do you reckon what she said was really worth being fired? I will echo what the HR has said in a moment, but I just want us to go back to that employee who says allegedly that he was fired from Microsoft. I don't think he was from Microsoft though. I think that is a skit. I'm trying to piece out and try to see if he might actually be working in Microsoft, but it's not adding up. I think it's a skit. But at the very end, he talks about DEI, and I think DEI is all about inclusion, right? When you're talking about inclusion and the insane things that are happening online, I don't think that is what inclusion meant. And for me, inclusion here would be like including people who are grieving this tragedy. For people who did not agree with you, I think that is what is called inclusion. And for people talking about First Amendment, this is another topic that we need to talk about. I don't know if I should make a video about it because there is a lot to unpack. Some people feel like this letting off of employees is not rightful because they were just exercising First Amendment. Some other people are saying that why can they just not speak their mind off? And I'll tell you this, the First Amendment is very much active right now and no one has been limited to it. You can talk the way you want. But remember, just like I said when I was starting the video, I think it's so risky to a point where some things you say does not guarantee you that at the end of what you said, things are gonna be okay. Especially on your part. And I think all of these people who are getting fired, there's one thing that they're failing to recognize, and that is definitely accountability. If someone recognizes that this thing called accountability, they would really understand what their actions have led to and why they are getting let off. Because I don't think any company would want to receive backlash just because they want to retain an employee who was exercising First Amendment. I mean, the world doesn't work like that. We all know that. Unless, let's say, somebody is not working or is not employed and maybe it is not having a business, you can take a risk and talk the way you want about this situation. No one will come at you, no one will hurt your source of income. You'll just be okay. But I reckon in one way or the other you'll have a business in future, or maybe you'd have work in future, and then something like that can be dug from your social media. You get fired again, or your business loses customers again because of what you said before. And we need to be careful of how we exercise also the First Amendment. No one is denying anyone First Amendment, I reckon, but how we put it, how we express our emotions, especially online, it's gonna determine how we live in future. Look at a little thing like the CEO. Which company was that? The guy who was cheating on his wife with another person's wife. The CEO of Astronomer, yes. I think it was called Byron or something. Remember his actions? Very liked, but ended up losing the job together with the woman. Also, the other woman last week, but one who was also videotaped, confronted the father and the kid and took the baseball and ended up losing the job that he was having. Small things like that, and people celebrated that. People from the left, people from the right, people in the moderate side, they all celebrated that, and we all felt it was something okay to do. It was okay for her to lose the job. But when it comes to a situation like this, go and even ask your own HR. They will tell you, you can talk the way you want, but as long as it does not affect the company or the beliefs of the company, if it does, you're gonna get let off. And this is how people are getting laid off. Just literally doing something that on a moral standpoint is not right. Lawfully, I'm not sure. But on a moral standpoint, and also according to public policy, man, like, I don't know if it's called for to celebrate someone's death, especially in that manner. I don't know. It's crazy world we live in, right? People in position of trust, the way they express themselves on social media, bro, it's like someone who is not employed, and you feel like you see someone dressed up well, post positive things on social media, and just a single post like that clearly changes how you see them, how you would trust them in this position, how you would perceive their service provision. But at the end of it all, we have to be accountable on all the actions that we've done. They are forgivable, but the consequences, and I think the consequences have been people being laid off. Personally, I don't celebrate someone being laid off. I'm not celebrating anyone being laid off. I've seen people doing a track count. I think we've reached almost over 500 people who are being laid off, and it's barely the end of the weekend. Just imagine what would happen the next coming week. The job loss count would be over 1,000. Not a good thing, people losing their source of livelihoods, them being unable to pay their bills henceforth, or them being unable to provide for their families because of a stupid emotional thing that they did. I'm calling it stupid because it's uncalled for. Like, you need to control your emotions, especially on things you say or things you write online, especially when you have a position of trust, or you have a job to take care of, or you have a company which have strict policies. Yeah, that's about it, guys. If you feel like there is more to add, I invite you in the comment section down there below. Also, those who I disagree with, please do so respectfully. Your thoughts, opinions would be really insightful, not only for me, but also for people who are interacting with this video. Don't forget to check the creators who have been featured in this video today. Go onto their TikToks, like their videos in their accounts. For this channel, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button, consider subscribing, turn on post notifications so that you may not miss my next upload. Danny signing out. Peace out.